Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a quick sit-down lesson in the news. About to bring out on this Tuesday night, on this November the 23rd, 2021. And I'm about to bring out this news article in the news for this sit-down lesson. And here it goes. And this is from the RT News. This is on November the 23rd, 2021. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, collapsing currency leads to mass protests. Protesters have taken to the streets of Turkey's capital, Ankara, as well as the country's largest city, Istanbul, demanding the resignation of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his government over a skyrocketing inflation. On Tuesday evening, protesters marched down the streets of Ankara's Kanya neighborhood, if I pronounced that right, where most Turkey government buildings and government institutions are located. They chanted Istifa, resignation, to resign, and the name of Erdogan's ruling party, the Justice and Development Party, the AKP, many blow whistles and banging pots and pans to make the noise. The protesters amid an escalation of current crisis. The Turkey lira has gone from 0.1 to 0.07.8 in the value just over the past week, in the worst slide since 2018. And Erdogan has defended his government monetary policy, saying he will not engage in the late game played by those over the currency interest and price hikes, but will proceed with his own economic plan. Instead, we will emerge victorious from this war on economic independence with the help of Allah and our people, the Turkey president added. And this the mass protest hits the streets of Istanbul as Turkey are plunges. It says the unrest has since spread to Istanbul, which is ruled by the Republican People's Party and CHP, and Erdogan's opposition on the national level. It says one of the video shows on social media show riots, police clashing with the protesters in the Kurtulusus neighborhood of Istanbul in Turkey. And it says Istanbul is Turkey's largest city by far, has recently seen a series of political clashes between the CHP and the AKP over allegations of corruption and misconduct. So, I was just reading this article from RT News, was posted today, November the 21st. November the 23rd, 2021. And this goes into they should not regard their kings nor their princes, which they're political figures in these countries. And this is the book of 2nd Esdras. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 16. And it reads through the Holy Scriptures, for there shall be sedition among men, as, seeing those two parties going at it with each other over corruption, I believe. That's why you're seeing protests. And due to the hyperinflation of prices going high and the price value of their currency, I believe, is going down, as I was just reading a news article. And for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. And that's in the book of 2nd Ezra 15-16. And continue on with the reading. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes. That means the political figures in those selectable, respectable countries. Like Turkey, and I just brought out the article right there saying, the hyperinflation of things is going higher, and the price of values of items in the country of Turkey, I believe, is going up high. And the protesters doing protests over there in Istanbul, Turkey, they call it the resignation of the president over there in Turkey, So that's what it goes down to. They should not regard nor their kings nor their princes. So they asked for a resignation. They want him to resign as being president of Turkey over there. So that's why they doing protests over there, and clashes between one another on both sides. And it says they should not regard their kings nor their princes in the course of their actions shall stand in their power right. Because, these political figures, the protesters go try their best in their hand, to, ask the president of Turkey to resign, because due to the corruption and hyperinflation and the value of the Turkey dollar, I believe, over there in that respectable country. So, that's why you're seeing the uptick and the uprise of people throughout the whole planet Earth, And this is in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16. That's why you've been seeing, protests all over the world. You've been seeing protests throughout these many different countries, like the Netherlands, Belgium, all these other European countries, and more other countries as well, too, So they doing protests, I would say, examples of the mandate of the pass, which the waters, because there's a lot of people that's for it, and there's a lot of people that's against it. So you're seeing uproars of that on both sides, that people that supports the mandates and the people that does not support the mandates. And you've been seeing uproars of protests of that as well, too. So that's like the uproars of the people of doing protests around the world, In the last few days, you've been seeing that. And, that's why the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 16 proves that, there should be uproars of the people. They should not regard their kings nor their princes, which is their political leaders that's in power. That's why you're seeing these protests, because a lot of people that do protests, they kind of oppose of the views of these leaders that's in power. They might not make the right decisions, or they're against their decisions of what they do. They feel like they're not doing any good to, help the country, So it could be equality for everybody. So the economic of those countries be good, so their business can flourish, for equality for everybody, affordable price for housing or food or electronics, or businesses flourish or whatever like that. So, those showing signs of, their currency might not be good. They believe their president or their political leaders of those respectable countries, especially like Turkey, because they just did the little protests over there. So, that's what breaks it down to the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 16, And, these people that do protests, they're going to go on against these political figures because they feel like, they're not doing their right job as the leader or as the president of their countries. That's why you're seeing more protests throughout the whole planet Earth. You're starting to see that increase in these last days, even though it's been like this for the past year or so, 2 years or so now. Now it's going on in this year, in 2021. But, throughout every year, you're starting to see more of an increase of, people around the world and protesters on either side that's with their political figures, or they agree on certain things of their political figures. And then you got the other side, the opposing side, that disagree on with, the political figures in their country. They disagree with certain policies and laws that have been written, from an economic standpoint, to, it could be, it could be anything that's, that's not in the best interest for the people in their country, because they feel like their president or political leaders are not doing their jobs, in the political system, and the system, it might be corrupt. So, you're seeing class protests between the two different groups over there in Turkey, So, but other than that, I just wanted to bring out this little quick lesson. And I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. So, this article just caught my eye. I was like, let me do a little quick sit-down lesson. Because, it makes sense because I read an article, I say about 2 hours ago. Even though it been out already, about like a month ago. But, this was recently, so I was reading an article about, one of these affordable stores that people goes to, that they buy their items so they can afford. And, it was one of those stores, they items used to be like, I say, like $1, $2 or whatever. But, they not going to be like $1 or $2 no, because the inflation, the hyperinflation of things that's going up, of the prices that's going up in the country, especially over here in the United States, And, the gas prices been going up, so it's been like a hyperinflation of things that's going up, So, that's why, this article caught my attention. I'm like, this kind of similar to the United States with a hyperinflation of price and items that's going up, and the price of living going up as well, too, The price of living and the cost of living, and the price of the items that you, try to get that's affordable for you and your family, with the foods and electronics and all that, and the transportation so you can get back to point A and point B, with the gas, you putting gas in your car and the gallons goes up for like $5 or $7, that's, the hyperinflation. So, that came to me. I'm like, damn, that do make sense, So that's why I brought out this article right here to do a quick sit down lesson on that. And, and I believe at the end of this year and our way into 2022, you're going to still see a continuing from the hyperinflation of things that's going up in these respectable countries, And, in a lot of countries, I believe, they used to be allies with the United States on their American dollar, but they kind of ditching that because, they got to worry about their own currency values of their dollar as well, too, So, but other than that, I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, preaching his word, truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word, truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, person's word, truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. Until next time, I will say shalom.